Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. I'm Jenny Bernard, your host. You can catch me each and every day right here on Facebook Live from 5 to 6 p.m. or whenever I am available. You know what we do here? We talk business, legal, social, whatever affects you in this community, we will talk about it. Politics is everything, and everything is politics. Sometime in life, you have to step up and save yourself. You don't have to depend on others. When you see a problem and you can address that problem, then you address it. In the city of Memphis, we have a whole lot of problems. And you wouldn't believe that the leadership in Memphis is our main problem. And we have to get to the point that we're going to deal with the leadership of Memphis before Memphis will become what it used to be in this city. Never has been 100%, but it was better than what we got right now. The leadership in the past has been better than what we got now in leadership. And the only way we're going to take care of our business is that we got to get busy taking care of each other. How do we do that? I'm going to continue to say that we have to go to the polls, we have to vote, we have to do the right thing when it comes to protecting and serving ourselves. You know, law enforcement will tell you before the task force got here that crime was down, and you know that that was a lie. You know that was a lie. I'll say it again. Some of you are hoodwinked, bamboozled, and ran amok in believing the lies of the status quo. It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to realize that if you're going to get the help, you're going to have to help yourself. You cannot depend on leadership at this day and time in Memphis to help you. I believed in the old thing that you say, God help those who help themselves. And the people who supposed to be telling you and leading you in the right direction, they're not doing that. So therefore, you got to take it upon yourself. Say enough is enough. You look at the school board. You know, they're talking about giving Roger Richmond a contract. They shouldn't do that. Uh, they shouldn't do that. They put him in there. It should be, in my opinion, the board, the new elected board, should be the one either to give him a contract or not to give him. Because they're trying to make decisions that will affect you in a contract to Roger Grisman for the next 4 years. Is that enough that our children are failing the basic uh, skill test? They can't pass it because the leadership that we have in place is not doing what needs to be done. And it's up to you. It's up to you to take a stand. It's up to you to change the dynamics of what is going on in this city. It's up to you to get up, go to the poll, and vote. I'm going to continue to say this. This is the only way you can help yourself. And if you look back at it, in history will tell you that when the Depression came, it was the leadership that failed the people during the Depression. Well, we got chaos in this city, and it is the leadership that's going to fail us in this city. When we fall into chaos, we can't pay our bill until we get the money from property taxes. They say taken from Peter to pay Paul. I hate to hear that. That a government the size of Memphis and Shelby County can't pay its bills, can't move forward. You're supplying the money by way of your taxes, but they got to wait to get from Peter to pay Paul to be able to do what is necessary. And I just think that's poor leadership, no matter what they say or what they try to do or what they try to tell you. They told you that they had to wait on the money to finish government business. They have to wait on you. And then when they get your money, do what they want to do as opposed to what needs to be done. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a problem. Until we wake up and decide that we need to do the right thing, things are going to still be the same. I'm Jenny Bernard. You're listening to Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. You know that. We have to look at the problem that we have in the city. When will we deal with these problems? When will you wake up and make a statement that we need to change how we do business in Memphis, Tennessee? Well, the number is 901 288 5779. 901-288-5779 if you wish to call and talk. If not, you can leave your comments on the page and we will deal with that as well. We are in a mess in Memphis, Tennessee. Just say it, you need to say it, you need to know it, but you can change it. I always say, and I will forever say, you got to think. We got politicians who are not thinking in what they're doing, and we see those individuals falling by the wayside. At the end of the day, when you look at the issues that Edmund Ford Jr. took on, there were some strong issues. He was a good representative until he decided to do something different, which caused him to no longer be a part of the county commission. He had to resign as a part of the plea deal. He submitted his resignation uh, as a part of the plea deal. And when you do things wrong, so go the position that you have. And I would say this clearly, in my opinion, that he's not the only one. Somebody else is going to be caught up in some kind of situation real soon in the mess that's happening in the money. Ford Jr. Edmund stated something about the $200 million of COVID money. And he was saying that the money was not placed in the proper places and what happened to it. That's the big question, ladies and gentlemen. And he stated pretty much to Lee Harris what happened to the $200 million in COVID money. Well, Lee Harris, if you have done something that was not right with that money, you probably gonna be next. You probably will be next if you haven't done anything. You probably got some sleepless nights. What happened to the COVID money? What will you be? Will you be the one? Well, your term would be over, but will you be next, Lee Harris? What did you do? Did you do anything with the COVID money that's supposed to went to the people, the employees? What did you do? You're talking about that. That's the thing that's going around now. Lee Harris, what happened to the 200 and something $1 million that Edmund Ford Jr. was talking about? Will you be next, Lee Harris? Are you having sleepless nights because of the missing COVID money? Or where is it? You know, politicians all the time, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, you will see a politician, and if he got his hand in his own pocket, that's something unusual. Because politicians have their hand in other people's pocket. Lee Harris, will you be next? Will you be next? Harris, we will wait and see what happened to the COVID money. I wish Edmund would go into detail. He kept throwing that line out there saying that there was $200+ million dealing with the COVID money. Most of you all don't even know about the COVID money. Y'all don't even know what the COVID money is and what should have been done. But you had people on that commission. They know. They know whether it was dispensed improperly. But hey, when you got your hand in the pot, either you speak up or you don't. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask the question. We need accountability as to what happened to the COVID money in detail. I'll be calling some of the county commissioners and ask the question, can you find out, since it was mentioned, it was put out there, what happened to the $200+ million that was given during COVID to the county? What happened to that money? Will we end up after Lee Harris leaving and saying, oh, uh, we don't know what happened to it. And that's the same thing they saying about the $77.7 million, but that was from the city that was left at the deficit. Will it just be left and left alone? But I say to you, we need to find out this money in detail, line by line, item by item. What happened to that money? We need to be concerned. Now you're talking about 200 million plus of your tax money, whether it was federal, whether it's state, whether it's local taxes, it's all about your money. And COVID, you know how bad it was. You know how the situation was with COVID, and they received that money. What happened to the money? It was put out there, but what happened to it? You can put it out there, but if you don't investigate it, it'll just be missing. But I want to know about the deficit with the city, and I want to know about the COVID money. I'm going to talk about that COVID money because it was put out there, a subliminal message that there's something missing about the COVID money. They gave it to you to think about it. And I think about it. I've been thinking about it over and over ever since Edmund Ford said something about the COVID money. Nobody seemed to want to talk about the COVID money. And we're going to fall and try to see if some of these county commissioners will call us back. Will they speak to it? And for them to tell you, sitting on the county commission, that they may not be aware of it, then they're not doing their job. I want to know what happened to the COVID money. Don't just get on the phone and tell me, well, we did this, that, and other. No, give me a line by line, itemize this, where the money went. Did some of the county employees get any of the money? Uh, because the money was sent for that reason. What happened, ladies and gentlemen? What happened to the money? Until you all start paying attention, until you all decide today, we're going to do better than we did before. We're not just going to let our tax dollars just leave us. and we don't know about it. And then you check some people's account and they got more money now than they had before they became elected officials. That should tell you something. Some will tell you what I invested. Show us what you invested. Because when you go in broke as Joe, and all of a sudden you come out and you pretty much well off, I wonder how you can go in with a little nothing in Congress and come out almost $7 to $10 million richer. We need to find out these things because if we don't, we're going to continue to be putting people in office that are not worthy to be in office. Let me say this again, and I said this on yesterday. To all of these people who are running and want to run, if you broke and you're going there for a paycheck, you're going in for the wrong reason. If you get in the circle and that circle control you and you have to do what the circle said do, then you in there for the wrong reason. The only people you should be concerned about is the people who elected you and put you in that position. And if not, then we know you're not going to do the right thing. I've been getting texts. All of a sudden, people are texting me about this candidate for judge. This candidate is running for judge. You got to think about that. Those judges make some powerful decisions that change based on the law, that change people's lives forever. And it's important to have judges who sit on that bench and judge by the law and not by their personal belief. I've seen some who go by the law, but they add also their personal opinion. And I believe that the only opinion that a judge has is the opinion of the law. Personal, you may not like it, but your personal opinion not supposed to be a part of your job. It's supposed to be the law. And that's what you have to do when you put people on the bench. Been around the courtroom for almost 50 years. And I've seen a lot of things that I question myself as it relates to decision and personal opinion. So you have to be very careful who you put on the bench. And those who are willing to come and talk to you on this program will do that. But this program will be around for a long time. Whether I'm sitting here or someone else is sitting here telling you about what's going on. And I invite any of you to come and we can have a discussion. We got two other spots in there that we can sit down and have a discussion about the business of government, your opinion. I've had Joe Kent to come in and talk to me. I've had Rick Harold to come in and talk to me in regard to their opinion. Two strong individuals who are concerned about what is going on in this city. Look forward to uh, Rick Harold coming in and talking to us again uh, as it relates to his opinion. And he had very strong opinion, and I respect that when a man is concerned about the city. Then let me go and say this too. We send prayers out to Joe Kent that he recover what he's going through, but he's still doing what needs to be done, posting and bringing out information that you need to know. He shared some other information that I'll share as well, and this is about podcasting, doing programs like this. Everybody who has a podcast needs to work with each other. The people that I reach, along with the people that Joe reach, the people, excuse me, that Rick Hale reached. in his professional capacity. If we all came together, we can control government because we can help to elect the people that's going to do the right thing. And the thing that needs to be done, really needs to be done, is to put into place, in my opinion, a recall. See, a recall will help you to make better decisions because you want to sit in that chair for at least 2 terms. City school board, and this is the Shelby County School Board, they're nervous because those newly elected individuals been in there 2 years and they were wanting to serve the other two, but now they got to run. Now you've seen what these people are on that school board. You don't need to reelect. At least I know 6 that don't need to be reelected. The one who got together with Dr. Richmond and they got rid of Dr. Fagan. They got rid of it. As quick as Dr. Roger Richmond accepted the post that night after they got rid of Dr. Fagan, you knew that that was coming. You knew that they were going to do that. And to me, that's the worst backstabber that you could ever find. That you work with an individual and you know that they're going to replace her. And you can't give that surprise look like you didn't know that was going to happen. You snake in the grass, you knew that that was going to happen and you were prepared to step in there. And what did you do? First thing you did, you made sure your wife's school got funded. It's a snake in the grass. See, it's all about him, his wife, other favors that he may do in the future. We don't need that. If it costs us to get somebody to do the right thing for our children, then so be it. But we got to do the thing. It's up to us. And I want this to be a landmark situation that Memphis came together, cleared out the old guard that have been in power for years and have not done anything to make this city better, but draw a paycheck. You know, I'm talking about some friends of mine that I know have been in position. I know acquaintances, not friends, that have been in position, have absolutely done nothing. I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, are you better off now than you were 4, 5, 6 years, 8 years ago? No, if you still in that rut where they're taking from Peter to pay Paul, when they're raising your taxes to pay Paul, and you become the Peter that they take from to pay Paul, and that's what we got in government. Our government should not be in a deficit because if the people knew what to do with the money that we give them, then we wouldn't be in this situation. And it's your fault. It's your fault when you sit at home and say, I'm not going to go to vote. They're going to do what they want to do. It's too many people that didn't vote in this last mayoral election. It's just downright ashamed. Didn't vote and we got what we got in office because you sit at home on your behind watching that TV as opposed to taking the time and say, hey, this is important. This is the life and the well-being of our city that's called Memphis. And when you look at the Paul Young and you look at those on the city council that have passed things and allowed things to happen to keep this city in position. Once you said you didn't want the chief of police. You didn't want C.J. Davis, but they didn't pay you any attention. See, that's a slap in the face when you already told Paul Young you didn't want her, but he pussyfooted along until he got the opportunity along with the council who went on with that garbage and approved that garbage to lead but cannot lead, who failed at two other positions. But only in Memphis do we take leftovers and try to make them serve us in a capacity that they couldn't do with two jobs before they got here. But it's your fault. It's your fault that you did not call Paul Young. You're afraid. How do you be afraid of anybody that you put in office? I just can't be afraid of somebody that I would have voted for, or if I didn't vote for, that could do what they're doing in front of your face and you do nothing about it. You're afraid to talk about it. You understand something? Once you take this, and the biggest problem that so-called Christians have, they are afraid. Dr. King said, until you get over the fear of death, then and only then can you live. Man that's born of a woman has but a short time to live. He comes up like a flower, continuing in one state, but in the midst of life, we are in death. So that's going to happen to you. So once you get over that, you can speak freely, you can breathe freely. But until you sit around and say, hey, I'm not going to do this here because I don't want to get in this problem or political death. I don't want to do this, then you are cutting your life short. You're living in the midst of chaos because you're afraid of what may happen to you. Listen, so many things have happened to me, but I still say that, and I pray God continue to build this head around me, and He's doing that. And for Him doing that, I do what I do, and I do what I must do. But you got to wake up. You got to realize I'm going to do my part to help this city to be the city that we deserve it to be. Soon as somebody say that we got something, we're going to help people and we're going to give away, the people get in line that are a mile long because they need the help. What is the elected official doing? And we know what they're not doing to help you. If I turn around tomorrow, made announcement on the radio, television, whatever, that this organization will be giving out this, that, and that, you're going to have a line around the building, down the street, and around the corner because people in this city need help. And because of the elected officials are failing to do so, they give out money for non-profits, but they don't really know what the non-profits are doing. If you can give out that much money, millions of dollars, why can't you give out that money to help the people? You make it say it's a non-profit, and you say that they're going to do the right thing. How do you know they're doing the right thing? Why not help the people directly that's helping to run this city? When we come up with deficits, when we come up with COVID money that's missing, and everybody else is getting paid, but you as citizens are getting nothing. We can buy hotels, give them away to corporations. In the long run, you're not benefiting that, but it took your tax dollars to do that. I find that appalling. I find it disrespectful. I find it just downright wrong of these individuals that you have elected to be in office. People that I have elected, or the people that I choose to vote for, I know who they are, and I know what their demeanor are. But some may have gotten in there and went along the old good old boy. And if they do that, we need to take them out of office. Sometimes we need to change the gods until the people who are going to be the leaders understand that, hey, if I don't do this and do it right, they coming at me. They're going to get me out of office. And that's the way it should be. The politician should be afraid of you, and you not be afraid of the politician. You hear me? The politician should be afraid of you instead of you being afraid of the politician. And they're doing it right in your face, ladies and gentlemen, and you're doing nothing about it. Governor Lee, in the part that I heard of his State of the Union speech to the people of Tennessee, he made a point to mention that $80 million will be going to the safety of Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I've heard elected officials who talk about this money could have been done or put other places. But what's the better place for it to be put in the safety of the city of Memphis? Now, right is right, wrong is wrong. You can debate it. But when you talk about taking $80 million, put it in the city to make the citizens safe, then I don't have a problem with it, whether you're Democrat, Republican, or Independent, because you're doing something, ladies and gentlemen, to help the people in this city. Crime is starting up again. Soon as the snow starts melting, people being robbed, it's getting back to the situation, but you got help here. But what would $80 million do? He said he's going to keep at least 100 troopers in the city of Memphis. He's setting that up. What's wrong with that? The city of Memphis cannot recruit police officers anymore because they're not doing what is necessary. Other city comes in and get the qualified officer, go and give them 70,000 starting out of the academy. Dallas, Houston, Texas, all of them, San Antonio come here and look for the best of the best and take it back because they give them a decent wage. Here we are arguing with the fire department about a promise that was made to them through this mayor of 5%, got 3%, but the last 2%, they argue with it. The chairman Caldwell, he argued about not paying the firemen. They made it good, but he's arguing on the corporation that's going to get a hotel, but he's arguing about the people that protects us, firemen. The Memphis Police Department have to go through all of this. The first responders have to go through this because these people rather take care of big business than take care of the people. Hello? Do you hear what I'm saying? They rather take care of big business, give them a hotel with your tax dollar, but they don't want to give the first responders that rate. See, I can go on and on, ladies and gentlemen, about what is wrong with this city. But until you wake up and realize what I've realized ever since I've been in and around politicians and politics, I know the game. I can tell you what the playbook is about, what moves that they would make and what they won't do, because their hands are tied. They can't do anything because they are obligated to the people who have placed that money in their pocket. I'm Jennings Bernard. You're listening to Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. We appreciate you. We really do appreciate you. And we always thank you for being a part of this program. This program is important, ladies and gentlemen. You realize it or not, it is important to you for you to understand that we got to change the way we do business in this town. We have to step up to the plate and say enough is enough, and this is what we're going to do in the future. It's up to you. Until you make that decision to do the right thing, you're going to always and forever be in this position that you're in. As long as I have breath in my body, I'm going to continue to talk to you about these things. And hopefully, some realize. And what realizing means to me is that I got to do my part. Realize that you got to get up off that couch again and go to the polls. Just make it a part of your thing that you must do when election come around. You know what would really be shocking? If the majority of the people that are registered to vote would vote like you did in Obama. Line was all over. In other words, all politics started and began local, and it moved on down to Washington, D.C., to Nashville. But it's up to you. Can you imagine if we just had, take 200,000 out of 600,000 residents or more in Memphis? Say you had 200,000 people that voted. Politicians would be shaking in their boots. And I'm saying to you, this is a local election. This is the way we can get the school board right. If we get serious about what we're doing here, maybe, maybe that the state may not take over. But as of right now, I would say take it over because we are not doing anything to help the children in this community. I'm Jennings Bernard. You've been listening to Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. As always, I really do appreciate you being a part of this program. And you tell a friend to tell a friend that subscribe, and you subscribe to this program. We are on YouTube, Spotify, as well as X. And we are going to make a connection that while we're doing this broadcast, we will also be on our Facebook page. You can go to our Facebook page at MemphisRealTalk.com. MemphisRealTalk.com. Memphis Real Talk, that's one word, .com. It will take you to the website. Go to the website, look at what we are doing and what we are about to do. When we make that connection, we'll be able to simulcast uh, this program with others, and we'll be working to make sure that it done. We have this studio that we set up. We intend in the future to grow it, so we'll be able to talk to you with multiple people being in the studio, and we get the opinions of those individuals as well. I'm Jennings Bernard. I really do appreciate you tuning in and being a part. It's still a little chilly out there. Been out today and wasn't able to get the cars out of the ice on yesterday. Out today. I want to send a shout out to a neighbor, a good friend of mine. While I couldn't move my vehicle, he had a truck. And he took me out a couple of times. That's my neighbor. Uh, we appreciate him uh, for doing what he has done. Brother Kevin, uh, we appreciate you as well. That everything is well with us and with you, and to everybody who's listening. We hope everything is well with you. You be safe. We make and we need to make better decisions in 2026. In the words of my grandmother, she always said, if it's the Lord's will and the creek don't rise. We'll see you on tomorrow. Please share this. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you who listening and watch this program over the month. And I'm not talking about a few thousand of you. I'm talking about almost 100,000 of you. Matter of fact, 92,000 of you have been listening over the months. We got jumped off already in this February month. A lot of you. I'm going to post the viewership on my to let you know, see what you are doing. Please subscribe to this program. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. But remember what I said. I said trust everyone, but do not trust the devil inside of it. God bless you. You take care. Let's do the right thing. Let's get the job done. Other people use as well.